On the news tonight, ahead of 2024 Christian pilgrimage, NCPC Executive Secretary visits Jordan. And FCT Executive Council approves contracts for digitization of FCT education system.
The world is going digital and ICT has become the center of focus.
Good evening, and here's the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Aisha Ubali. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, NCPC, Bishop Stephen Adigbiti, has paid a working visit to Israel and Jordan in preparation for the 2024 main pilgrimage exercise scheduled to commence in December. During the one-week visit, Bishop Adigbiti held strategic meetings with relevant stakeholders at the Embassy of Nigeria in Tel Aviv, Israel. The meeting was attended by the Nigerian ambassador to Israel, Mrs. Agatha Afekelu, embassy officials, ground handlers, and a representative of the air carrier. The meeting provided an opportunity for the NCPC boss to assess the state of preparedness for the main pilgrimage exercise on the part of the service providers and the commission. Bishop Adigbiti also utilized the visit to tour some of the holy sites in Jerusalem, including the Wailing Wall, where he prayed for the success of the forthcoming pilgrimage exercise. He also offered prayers for the prosperity of Nigeria, the good health of President Bola Tinubu, and the well-being of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. The NCPC boss also visited the Garden Tomb in Jerusalem, which is also claimed to be the burial site of Jesus Christ. He also toured other holy sites, including churches of biblical importance to the pilgrimage exercise. Contractors for the digitalization of FCT education system, among others, have been approved by the FCT Executive Council. Onoze Yakubu reports that it was at the 10th ESCO meeting held at the FCT Minister's official residence at Life Camp.
Briefing the media after the FCT Executive Council meeting chaired by the FCT Minister Yeson Wiki, the heads of the relevant secretariats and agencies took turns to give insight into the various contract approvals. Secretary for Education speaks on the digitalization of the FCT education system, while issues concerning the relocation of Apple traders on road corridor and buffer zones to their permanent site in Wasa also gets approval of the ESCO.
The Honourable Minister has approved to start procuring digital laptops and distribute to our senior secondary schools for this purpose.
Transiting to ICT within schools in FCT is of a burning interest to the Honourable Minister. The world is going digital and ICT has become the center of focus.
All those at the road corridor give way to a permanent site as to enable the construction of the O6 road to commence. Furthermore, the ESCO also approved that we're going to set further committee to make sure that there's nobody that is subcharged in any form, in any shape.
Other approvals granted are for the construction of the body of Benzas complex to be completed in a 10-month period, as well as the procurement of fertilizers for irrigation farming to enhance food sufficiency in the territory.
In order to accommodate them very well and to create an enabling environment for them to carry out their statutory function, the ESCO has considered the memorandum presented by the acting Executive Secretary of the FCDA to build a befitting office complex for them so that they can carry out their statutory duties.
We are going into dry season farming, that is irrigation farming. This is the first time such approval was made in the FCT so as to encourage, instead of annual farming or rain season farming, let's go into irrigation and see so that we can be doing farming all year round.
This is the 10th FCT ESCO meeting chaired by the FCT Minister Yeson Wiki. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Being a French teacher means being part of a community of more than 900,000 professionals worldwide as they strive to preserve the French speaking culture. In recognition of these dedicated, passionate, and creative professionals, the FCT Education Resource Center, in partnership with the Embassy of France in Nigeria, hosted French teachers in the FCT. Mariam George Jutubo has details.
Research reveals that today, 51 million people around the world are learning French. There are also 81 million people taking a course in French. 45% of these French language learners are in North Africa and the Middle East. Therefore, the convergence of these like minds is to appreciate them for their selfless service. Representative of the Mandate Secretary, FCT Education Secretariat, Ramatu Abu says, the Secretariat will give the embassy and the teachers the necessary support as they impact knowledge in the younger ones.
We will continue to put more effort as a Secretariat to ensure that French class gives the smoothest kind of ride.
You are the craftsmen of excellence, facilitators of knowledge, and inspirers of our young generation.
The Director of FCT Education Resource Center, who was represented by Yahya Abdul Wahab, urged the teachers to be proud of their job as they keep inspiring and innovating the students.
Teacher bears the noble responsibility of transmitting not just words but also universal value.
Linguistic attaché for the French Embassy, Magali Lozange, says the event aims at paying tribute to the women and men who are at the center of developing French-speaking movements.
Decided to have a couple of different presentations on how you can make your classes, your French classes, more interactive, more engaging, more modern.
Nigeria is surrounded by francophone countries, so it is really something that is worth learning in our school.
Nigeria has actually put something in place. The French embassy has come behind us to be able to acknowledge the very good and not always easy work that French teachers do.
The event has its theme as Ready, Set, Teach. According to the organizers, it reminds all that teaching is a daily adventure. Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
And now from Nasarawa State, entrepreneurship and exports have been identified as catalysts to national growth and development. This was the submission of stakeholders at the maiden launch of Economic Growth and Development Center, Nasarawa State University Cafe. Blessing Danfulali completes the story.
The establishment of the Economic Growth and Development Center in Nasarawa State University Cafe is geared towards a robust economic engagement by Nigerians which serve as pathway to prosperity. Initiator and chairman of the center, Professor Magnus Pakol, opines that diversification of the nation's economy as well as human capital development are key towards eradicating poverty, calling for concerted efforts of business-inclined academia and the government to achieve the feat.
This is imperative for the nation. Essentially two things, maybe three, that we get entrepreneurs that can export, but we have to give them access to capital. And that's the reason why we have the funds. That's the reason why SEC was here, to see how we use those funds.
We need to produce and export. That is the only sustainable way to address a number of the challenges we're having today in this country, whether it's the issue of FX, forex market illiquidity, or even the issue of inflation, or even the issue of GDP growth.
The center is of value to the university. Professor Magnus Pakol is one person who has been fighting towards emancipating Nigeria against poverty, and the center is against poverty. So we want to collaborate and see how we can help in human capacity development in this country.
Nigerians and home and in the diaspora are also encouraged to invest into the initiative to enable entrepreneurs have access to loans in order to boost their businesses for national profitability. From Kefi, Blessing Namfulani, NTA News.
Meanwhile, singles and married couples have been admonished to build the institution of marriage on love. However, hate and battery should not be tolerated by any party when such sets in. This council was at the launch of a trilogy books on abusive relationships by the founder of Pentecost Glorious Assembly Abuja, Adebayo Shomefu. Serafina Okunomepe reports.
The intentionality of seeking a life partner through dating apps is said to be fast-changing social life, which oftentimes is deadly. The ugly narrative this gathering is set to stop as its host party is concerned. The trilogy book, Signs of Abusive Relationships, Courtship and Relationship, Red Flags and Millennials, Gen Zs and Dating, dived into the new approach of love, dating and commitments. The 10-chapter book highlights behavioral, emotional, financial and social red flags.
The purpose of marriage union is for companionship, is for love, is for respect, is for togetherness.
Someone cares so much about you and saying you can't be with your friends. Oh, you go out and he's saying, oh, where did you go to? You know, so it's important that we pay attention to this thing, that beyond someone caring about you and loving you, you can be in for a very, very tumultuous future.
And it also gave some legal backup of what you can do legally with regards to abuse relationship.
Chairman of Occasion and other reviewers note that the books are not just gifts to humanity, but meant to serve as repairment and inspiration to homes.
This book is for the now. I tell you, this book will address all these issues, abusive relationship and many other aspects of relationship.
I've had a situation where I saw the red flag and I blinked my eye, went ahead, and it didn't end well.
Preferring solutions to psychological manipulations and abuses in relationships, the author, with 35 years of experience in legal practice, who has also served in various capacities as NYSC coordinator in several states of the Federation, notes that his inspiration of authoring the trilogy books came as a result of his deals with youths and married couples.
For better or for worse is for those that love themselves and will mutually respect themselves and endure the vagaries and challenges of life.
With special emphasis on ending abuses, he adds, is proper and effective communication, setting of boundaries and placing of premium value and self-worth so as not to be taken for granted. In Abuja, Serafina Okon-Omekwe, NT News.
The Rotary Club of Abuja, in its tradition, has welcomed another Yuletide season with medical outreach to residents of Kabusa community in the Abuja Municipal Area Council of the FCT. Moses Kuye reports.
Remembering the needy in the society and helping them solve their basic human needs, which help them surmount societal hardship, is the crux on which Rotary Club of Abuja took to Kabusa village, a suburb in the FCT, to dole out humanitarian materials.
Well, this is all about Rotary, impacting communities that you find yourself. And this Kabusa is our adopted community. We come here every year, okay, to impact them like this. What we have done today is in the spirit of the season, okay, to impact them, you know, for Christmas. At least we've distributed food now, food stuff. We distributed clothing, shoes. We've attended to their medical, you know, care and things like that. And then we even distributed books to their children, okay, for education. So, in our own little way, we are just come to show love, you know, in this community.
The Rotary Club embarked on medical outreach to ease the health concerns of Kabusa residents.
You're helping the community. You're helping people that you don't even know. You saw what happened here today.
We have free Christmas shopping for everybody. We did several tests like malaria, and we distributed a lot of drugs for people who are diabetic, people who have malaria and all that. So we are glad we did this project, and as you can see, it's already a success, and we are thankful to the community for letting us do this.
Receiving this humanitarian gesture, Kabusa residents expressed their joy in this manner.
Anyway, na put na hand na so blessing go dey locate na in Jesus name.
Samu kaya ga shi na samu ba ban samu shinkafa ba amma na samu kaya na gode Allah saka da alheri.
So they've done invariably Christmas for them. My prayers for Rotary Club is that the Lord will bless them. They will continue to grow from strength to strength so that they will be able to affect humanity the way they are doing. And I want to advocate to other parastatals and other NGOs and organizations. If they can choose any community like this and come and bless people from the grassroots, Nigeria will be a better place to stay.
Seeing the less privileged happy and joyful is satisfying and fulfilling, worthy of emulations. In Abuja, Moses Kuye, NTA News.
It's the Glow Festival of Joy and it's raining exciting prizes. Oh, for 120 days, we take it to the max. Mind-blowing, loaded prizes. Take John winning a tear rubber Toyota Prado by recharging up to 100,000 naira. And Sister T winning a Cha-Cha Kia Picanto by recharging up to 50,000 naira. From the sky,
yes, the gifts are unloading joy all over Nigeria.
From Toyota Prados to Kia Picantos, Keke Napes, generators, sewing machines, and even grinding machines. Just dial *611#, choose your prizes, recharge the value for the month, and you too can win.
Whoa, you too can win, oh!
And now on sport, Nigeria's men's volleyball team delivered a commanding performance at the ongoing African Military Games 2024 AMGA in Abuja, securing an emphatic 3-0, 25-17, 25-8, 25-13 win over Sierra Leone on Monday. The match, which held at the indoor sports hall of the Moshood Abiola Stadium, saw Nigeria make their first victory in the men's volleyball event of the competition. Head coach of the Nigerian Armed Forces volleyball team, Solomon Zongo, praised his players for their exceptional performance, expressing his pride in their teamwork and discipline. Meanwhile, in other matches at the ongoing African Military Games, Kenya triumphed over Burkina Faso with a hard-fought 3-0 win, 32-30, 25-20, 25-23. Algeria also recorded a straight-set victory over Ghana. And that has been the English version of the news. And up next is translation. Please stay tuned. I am Aisha Obali.
azan ba jile ba ye ba ci ba wai yuse ko kwa wai wala na wo abada na tuko isha ndaje zuma wani ye wa go ba ngai ni aka yan kai gbeje nba no jintun lo ba shi aba ayi no ayesi bi ekin yi lolo sopa shekofenu na you was Stephen Adegete wala lo is like but enjoy dying tu nu ekin yi lobo no aye loko na yukupiai mba na lemme niyele na baze walwo ye she abo wulo matugo na baza bada wachige aba na abele ba nso nko bele ya ye baya na yenu nanu ai no afi nai we wa na no ma yi hen wala se ase no aza na mai ba shi aba ye ko tunu yi lebo wa kulo aba gbogbo we yi shoko ye ko tunu afi yi bo ala ebega aza ba nomba ba jin tutun ba che ba shi aba we etuko tu nu yepo zan sepabo no apabui zoku aya shishi azanu ale shi ba wo be na bedai woni jin oneze yakubu wa ngbe abe ba enchodo nu aba je banu ne sase ain da na ye aza na mai nanu ye ko zai sapa no minister a kin na ya puwa ko gilo no la kampi bedogun ko ne kwa gap majin gbogbo no na bai nwa bayin nanu aye de reyin sheko shin amuda ko yin osa no yesu mama sa ye kwa wo vivi na line baye la kun baye le jiba na yi ko ga kabusa yin baye le majin nsapa nai na fi anya ozanwa le shiba wo be na bedai na yi wo moses kuye wa ga na nu abade bayin aku azamu tuko tunu omu yasan bo sugar yasan enchedenu ayasan ajeyi bato zagibon baku ashibega aza nkobo woba agumai ai gabayanji aje enchedo no abaje tuko tu nu yesu mama bo onko beleyin pamaje ye abo mabwa wole lainu saisu
Uhuruchioma Imowem, oge eruola maka akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono. Gere akụkọ ụwa na uju ya. Onye odeakwụkwọ n'ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka njem ndị otu Kraịst akpọrọ Pilgrimage, ụkọchukwu Stephen Adebite emeela njem ọrụ gaa mba Israel na Jordan maka nkwadobe njem ndị otu Kraịst nke afọ a bụ nke a ga-eme n'ọnwa Disemba. O kwere nghọta na ya bụ ụkọchukwu Stephen jiri otu izuụka ọ nọrọ na mba ndị a wee zi mkpakọrịta banyere ọganihu ya bụ njem. Ọ gakwara n'ihu kwuo na onye nnọchianya ala anyị na mba Israel, Odoziakụ Agatha Afekwelu, sonyere mgbe ha na-eme ya bụ mkparịta ụka. Ya bụ odeakwụkwọ gakwara ebe eliri Jizọs na mba Jerusalem nakwa ala nsọ ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Ndị isi n'isi ala anyị ebinyela aka n'akwụkwọ eji nye ndị ga-agbanwe ọnọdụ agụmakwụkwọ n'isi ala anyị ọrụ. Onoze Yakubu, mgbe o sonyere na nzukọ ndị isi n'isi ala anyị nwere na nke otu onye n'ime ha n'otu onye ndị isi ndị a wetara akụkọ na ha mere nke a iji kwalite ọnọdụ agụmakwụkwọ n'isi ala anyị. O kwekwara nghọta na ha chọrọ itinye kọmputa na ụlọ akwụkwọ niile dị n'isi ala anyị. Ndị otu Rotary Club nke Abuja anabatala oge emume ekeresimesi dịka ọ dị na omenala ha site n'inye ndị na-enweghị ka ọ ghara ha nlekọta ahụike n'efu. Onye ọrụ anyị Moses Kuye wetara akụkọ na ha gara n'ime obodo Kabusa dị n'okpuru ọchịchị Amak dị n'isi ala anyị. Ọ gakwara n'ihu kwuo na ha nyochara ha ahụ maka ọrịa ịba, ọbara mgbali elu, ma nye ha ihe oriri dị iche iche, ọgwụ nakwa akwa. Ndị obibi Kabusa jikwa obi ụtọ kelee ndị otu a ma kpere ha ekpere maka ọganiru. Igbo gere m ntị, ebe a ka anyị pịachiri nke taa. Sonyere anyị n'ihe oge a echi niile. Ndewo.
Ẹ káalẹ́, ìròyìn agogo méje ló dé sétí ìgbọ́yín látòlú iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán karùn-ún ti ìlú Àbújá. Olúwaṣèyí Abímbọ́lá Ọ̀yáwọlé ni oníròyìn àṣálẹ́ yìí. Akọ̀wé àgbà ti ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn arìnrìn-àjò mímọ́ Nàìjíríà NCPC, Bishop Stephen Adégbìtẹ́, ti ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí orílẹ̀-èdè Ísírẹ́lì àti Jọ́dánì fún ìpalẹ̀mọ́ ìṣe ètò ìrìn-àjò mímọ́ eléyìí tí yóò wáyé ní oṣù kejìlá ọdún yìí. bíṣọ̀bù náà ṣe ìpàdé tó tọ́nà pẹ̀lú àwọn alábàáṣe ètò ìrìn àjò àti àwọn olùmọ̀ àti oníṣẹ́ ètò ìrìn àjò ní ìlú Israeli. Aṣojú Nàìjíríà sí Israeli Mrs. Agatha Afokelo àti àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn ló wà níbi ìpàdé yìí eléyìí tí ó ṣe bí wọ́n ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ìrìn àjò èyí tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. Lẹ́yìn ìpàdé yìí Bishop Stephen Adegbite ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí àwọn ilẹ̀ mímọ́ nínú ìlú náà ní ibi tí ó ti gba àdúrà rẹpẹtẹ fún orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, fún ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, fún aṣíwájú àti ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu, ìyàwó aṣíwájú àti ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu pẹ̀lú sẹ́nitọ́ Olúrẹ̀mí Tinubu ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ mímọ́ èyí tí bíṣọ̀bù náà tẹ̀ láláì yọ ibi ìtẹ́ Jésù Olúwa wa sílẹ̀ rárá. Ọ̀nàzè Yakubu mú ìròyìn wá wípé ní ibi ìpàdé ìgbìmọ̀ àti òṣìṣẹ́ mínísítà FCT tí ó wáyé ní ìlú Life Camp ní Abuja ni wọ́n ti fi àṣẹ sí àdéhùn láti máa lo ohun èlò ayárabíàṣá fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ nínú ìlú FCT àti agbègbè rẹ̀. Wọ́n sì ti gbé iṣẹ́ yìí fún àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ tí yóò ṣe iṣẹ́ náà dé ojú àmì. Mínísítà ti ìlú Abuja Eleyin Nyesom Wike ti fọwọ́ sí ètò yìí pẹ̀lú níbi ìpàdé náà tí ó wáyé ní Life Camp Abuja. Oníròyìn wa Moses Kuye jábọ̀ pé ẹgbẹ́ Rotary ti àárín ìlú Abuja nípasẹ̀ àṣà àtọwọ́dọ́wọ́ wọn eléyìí tí wọ́n ti fi gba ètò ọdún Kérésìmesì mìíràn pẹ̀lú ìtọ́sí àti àbẹ̀wò ìṣògùn sí gbogbo olùgbé àgbègbè Kabusa ní ìlú Abuja. Ẹgbẹ́ náà fún àwọn olùgbé àgbègbè náà ní àwọn oògùn etí yóò mú ìdárayá àti ara líle fún wọn. Àwọn oògùn bíi oògùn ibà, oògùn ẹ̀jẹ̀ ríru, oògùn àti máa ṣe dáadáa ní àgọ́ ara pẹ̀lú oúnjẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọn kò yọ aṣọ wíwọ̀ sílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú. Tó, a ò ní rí jù báyìí lọ ní àṣálẹ̀. Kí Elédùà kó ṣọ́ wa jù ọ̀la lọ. Ó dàárọ̀.